BRAINBOX presents 8 dangerous unnoticed distractions while driving. Distracted driving. This doesn't only endanger the driver himself, but even his passengers, fellow road occupants, and pedestrians as well. To support that, based on research, drivers who often use their handheld devices are 4 times more likely to get into serious accidents, and it also increases the risks of injuring themselves. Here are the 8 dangerous unnoticed distractions while driving. Watch on and see if you're guilty of committing some of these. If you are new to my channel, consider subscribing so you won't miss interesting videos like this. 1. Outside objects, people, and events. Nowadays, a lot of drivers are getting better on removing the distractions within the vehicle. However, although they're doing a splendid job in regard to that, they fail to consider the several distractions outside. Considering the fact that most external distractions are beyond one's control, it's easier to allow ourselves to get distracted, especially if we're not even aware that it's already a form of distraction. This could be a beautiful sunset, a nearby accident, or a nearby driver jamming out and appreciating his favorite song. More often than not, these distractions can even be too challenging to ignore than an incoming phone call. That said, whenever you get tempted to wander elsewhere while driving, keep in mind that your eyes should be on the road and not somewhere else. 2. Enjoying the music. No doubt, most of us are probably guilty of putting your favorite tunes on full blast in our car while driving. Though, aside from listening to that, whenever we're fully engaged on the music being played, we can't help ourselves but to sing and dance a little. Unfortunately, even though this is making you feel awesome, a car carrier can also put your life in danger. Why? Obviously, how will you able to hear the horns coming from other vehicles or the emergency sirens if your audio is louder than those? That said, instead of turning your car into a bar, just save those earth-thumping boom for your home. We're not prohibiting you from enjoying your favorite cartoons, but you should play them on a moderate level that you can still hear everything that's happening on the road. 3. Moving objects. If you're a dog owner, you're probably aware how distracted it can be whenever Fido gets overexcited or agitated. Well, based on statistics, about 1% of police reports analyzed, it was discovered that most car accidents were caused by moving objects. Though, due to the fact that the data on distraction is often based on police officers' judgment during the time of crash, and a lot of drivers won't even admit that they're being distracted when interviewed after a car crash. By that, the numbers are quite difficult to verify. Though, most traffic enforcers believe that the numbers may underrepresent the severity and prevalence of driving distractions. Nonetheless, this data is still meaningful because unlike surveys, the data gathered are often based on factual reports concerning crashes. 4. Passengers. The driving distraction that we often don't realize are the passengers. Who doesn't enjoy a little friendly conversation? No one. However, you shouldn't let that conversation control your driving habits, right? Although talking to a passenger wouldn't cause you to look away from the road, this doesn't mean that you're not getting distracted either. Whenever we talk about something interesting and engaging, there's always the possibility that we'll get mentally distracted. What does this imply? Chances are, you might not notice the traffic lights, warning signs, and even the other cars on the road while having a chit-chat with your passengers. So, whenever you're talking to your passengers, you ought to know that you're no longer 100% focused on driving. 5. Eating and drinking. Most of us are probably guilty of this using our car as a moving restaurant. Well, this habit is very risky and wouldn't do you any good. Again, based on statistics, around 2% of distracted drivers were either drinking or eating because a fatal accident occurred. For those who frequent to Starbucks thinking that they need a cup of coffee while driving, better think again. Every time you do this, you're just putting yourself in an unnecessary risk instead of avoiding it. 6. Cell phone use. This includes listening, dialing, and texting. That's why a slew of legislation has decided to stop cell phone operation while driving. In the US, at least 11 states have banned the use of handheld devices while driving. Furthermore, text message while driving is considered as one of the most dangerous unnoticed distractions there is, and because of that, it has become illegal in more than 39 states, including DC. A lot of young adult drivers nowadays have the assumption that they're very skilled, they can text while driving, but the accidents that have transpired in the past decade believe otherwise. The national epidemic also made a public announcement, driving while intoxicated. This campaign aims to increase the public awareness and make these kids realize that if they want to prevent vehicular accidents, they'd better stop doing this careless action all at once. 7. When you are angry and you think that the road can endure it. Sometimes, we have this belief that whenever we're stressed or disappointed, a long drive somewhere can make you feel relaxed and calm. The truth is, this could be the worst solution that you can ever do. Never drive whenever you're disappointed, angry, or upset. Driving angry is similar to driving drunk. Why? Basically, when you're mad, your judgment is off and you're probably armed up, and you don't even know that you're already flooring on your car's gas pedal. In order to avoid an ugly situation from getting worse, the best thing you can do is to stay away from the wheels until you feel better. 8. Preening on the road. You're probably thinking that you're saving a lot of time by multitasking while driving, putting makeup, brushing your hair, reading your favorite novel, anything. Whenever you're doing some of these stuff, you're setting yourself up for a costly lesson in driving while being distracted. You don't realize, but it only takes a few seconds to look in the mirror for a collision to happen. Besides, what's the use of making yourself pretty if you're just going to hurt yourself while getting to your destination? Everything will be useless. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends. As always, subscribe for more videos. Thanks for watching.